Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing great and hope you had a great week this past week. Um, Today I want to take us through my analysis for the upcoming week for the four major pairs as usual: gold, Euro USD, GBP USD, and GBP JPY. I will be doing an in-depth analysis for each of these pairs, starting from the weekly analysis, from weekly time frame down to the 4-hour time frame where I normally take my entry. As you can see, this is a plain chart, so I'm just going to be identifying the major levels of structure and see where we can capitalize on. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to try to identify the trend, to plot my trend lines as usual, to try to connect the levels. So between this level here and the next level here on the weekly time frame. All right. So if you draw the trend lines very well, you realize that price has made contact with it about 2 times, 3 times, 1, 2, and 3, and price has gotten to the trend line now, as you can see on the weekly time frame. Price is still forming a higher low. This is a higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low. Price failed to break above this level and continue to the downside, and price retraced up a little bit and a strong downward movement back down to the trend line. So next thing I'm going to do is try to identify our key levels of area of support and resistance, and that's where we'll be looking to take our trades from. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, you can identify this area here that has been tested several times. Here as well, you can identify this one. This is the last area of resistance over here. Okay, that has been tested several times as well. Okay, came out of it up to this area, which is also another one that we'll be looking at. Okay, so after identifying these key areas, then we'll go to our smaller time frame where we can identify more key areas and we can take more trades from there. Okay, so another area that we need to identify is this area here where price has just gotten to, which is also another key area of support, which also coincides with the trend line. So I'll be identifying this this daily support level as we're going to represent it with a blue candlestick with a blue line here as our daily support level where price has gotten to right now. I can also identify this resistance level over here that price failed to break above on the daily time frame, and this is where we formed this double top pattern before coming back down to this trend line. So what I'm expecting here, if we go to the 4-hourly time frame, what I'm expecting is for price to make a sort of reaction around this area. So this is our the area that we are looking at, and where we'll be looking to identify our entry, whether to buy or sell. Okay, because if we get a bullish signal around this area over here, then we'll be looking to take our buy entry to the upside. And as we know, with this trade, most of the time price would retrace up a little bit, come back down to test the trend line and support level, forming like a double bottom before moving back to the top. Okay, so this is one of the things I'm expecting on gold. Another thing I'm expecting is for price to break below this level, come back to retest the trend line as well as the support now resistance area. We look for sell opportunities to the downside. All right, so for gold, I would say we should wait and see how price reacts to this area. If price gives us an opportunity to buy, then we'll be buying the trade up to this level over here, or to this resistance level I can see on the 4-hour time frame. This is a 4-hour resistance level now, previously support that price bounced off several times. So price bounced off this level several times, and if you watched my last week analysis, I predicted that price was going to move to the upside from here, and I was able to capitalize on this trade, gaining about 200 pips. And price came to form a double top, and once I saw this formation here, I was able to take my sell entry to the downside. So currently here, this is where we're looking for our key area of support, and we're seeing if price is going to bounce off this area or if price will break below it. Okay, but when we go back to the weekly time frame, okay, my bias is more for this pair is more bearish now, just because of this strong bearish candle that was formed. So price is now forming lower high, so I'm expecting that price will break this level over here, this trend line, as well as support level, and continue to the downside to this level over here, this 1672 or 1670 level, where I think we'll be expecting to take our profit from. So this is my analysis for gold for the upcoming week. I am expecting sell to continue, but I wouldn't rush into selling any trades until I see how price reacts to this area over here. If price breaks the level, I'm waiting for a retest of it before taking my sell opportunities to the downside. But if price gives us a good buy opportunity, then I'll wait for the price to retrace up a bit and retrace down to touch the trend line again and look for buy opportunities to the upside, to either this level here, this red line, or to this blue level here. So my next analysis will be the Euro USD. So for Euro USD, again, starting from the weekly time frame, all we need to do is to identify our key level of support and resistance, and also the trend lines. Okay, so the first trend line that we can easily plot, you can see from this that price has broken this trend line on the weekly time frame after touching several times. It broke it here, retested, and price has ranged for a bit down here. So if we take a closer look at this, we can see that we can identify some levels of support and resistance as well. So this is one of the levels that we can identify. Then the key level of resistance that we can identify will be here, okay, as well. So these are key areas on the weekly time frame that we'll be monitoring. If we take this down to the daily time frame, we can identify more levels as well, including a trend line. So if we plot this trend line like we did in the previous weeks, as well as this one, we can see that for the first time price has closed below this level strongly with a strong bearish candle. That is what is pointing me more towards the downside. We can also identify this area of support on the daily time frame. So we'll just identify it as our daily support level. We can represent it with the blue line. Yeah, a daily support level that has been tested several times, as you can see. And what I'm expecting following this break out of this trend line is price continuation down to this level here. Okay, and when price gets here, market is going to give us an opportunity to capitalize on. So we can either buy or sell around this area, depending on what price gives us. Okay, so let's move down to the 4-hourly time frame where we normally take our entry and see how we can capitalize on this move. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, we can also identify this area here where price has currently gotten to. A lot of liquidity around this area as well. Can see that prices market is tested this area a lot of times, and now price has gotten into this area strongly. And let me change this to red. So what we'll be looking for is to see how price reacts to this area. Okay, So one price could just continue down to the downside to this area here, or the market could form a bullish reversal pattern and continue to the upside. Okay, so for me, because of how strong this bearish move was, I believe that there are still a lot of sellers in the market, and I don't think that price will be going up anytime soon. Maybe a slight retracement, but I believe that this level will be broken and price will get down to this daily support level. Now, when price gets to this daily support level, it's a very key area for us. Because we'll be looking for two things, either a buy opportunity or a sell opportunity. Now, what do I believe will happen? My bias is more bearish on the Euro USD right now. So I believe that this level will be broken as well, with a continuation to the downside after a retest of that level. So we're looking to take price all the way down to this weekly support level. So this is where I'll be looking to take my sell opportunities if I'm not already in a sell for this trade. I'll wait for this level to break and get here. And once there's a break of this level, I'll wait for a retest and take my sell opportunity. There's always the possibility that price could also reverse from this level to the upside. It could be a full reversal, or there could just be a retracement back down to this level of resistance here, or back to the trend line before coming back down. But my bias generally would be bearish on Euro USD. Okay, so and if we go back to the daily time frame or the weekly time frame, you can see why I am bearish on Euro USD, because price has formed this double top. Okay, and now I expect price to get to the neck of this double top, which is this level over here where price has gotten to, and I expect price from here to go all the way down here, completing the double top move. Okay, and this is what we'll be looking for our next move, whether to the upside or a break of to the upside, or a break of that level to the downside to touch the trend line somewhere over here. All right, so this area is also going to be a very key area for us, the 1.16 level. But before price gets to that level, this blue area is where we'll be looking to capitalize on in the coming week. So we'll be waiting for price to break this 4-hourly support level here and continue all the way down to that level. Okay, so this is what we'll be expecting price to get to, and we're waiting for a break, and we'll capitalize on this move. And if we're able to do that, we should be able to get at least 100 pips on that move in the coming week. Okay, we should be able to get like 100 pip on this move in the coming weeks if that happens. So we just need to be patient and wait for price to come to us and see how we react to the move. So again, the 1.172 level is our key area that we'll be looking to take our opportunities from. So that's my analysis for Euro USD. Next, I'll be looking at GBP USD. So for GBP USD, as usual, just like the other pairs, we'll start from the weekly time frame and we'll identify our key areas that we'll be looking at. Okay. So first of all is to identify our trend, and you can see that price is still in the uptrend currently on the weekly time frame. So once we've been able to identify this area, and you can see that price has tested it here, you can also identify this area as well where we used last week. As our trend, we saw that price was able to break below that area. Okay, and forming another trend line, basis for another trend line here when price broke this, forming what we identified as the morning star. Okay, and from there we can also identify our key levels of support and resistance. I can see this support level over here. What we're going to do is represent it with the green as we did earlier, and it's a key area. Another key area is this level over here, resistance. So these are a very key area, like huge key areas for us. If we take this to the daily time frame, we can identify more daily supports and resistance areas as well. One resistance area is this one over here, identified by, let's use the blue. Okay, so price has tested this several times, as you can see, broke of it, broke down, came, tested it again. All right, on that level that we can identify will be here as our area of support on the daily time frame. So this is our daily area of support over here. Do that. Yeah. Okay. So these are key areas that I'll be looking for. So right now, our area of concern will be between these 2 points, these two blue areas, and that's what we'll be looking to capitalize on when looking at the daily time frame. But to enter a trade, normally we'll take it from the 4-hourly time frame. So what we're doing now is just identifying key areas where we can easily capitalize on. So if you look at the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that price got to this resistance level over here, bounced off, it started forming a lower high and a lower low as well to the downside. Now, so what I'm expecting from this pair are two things. Possibility that price could continue to the downside up to this support level over here. And the reason I think that is if you draw your Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high, you can see this area is around the 50% and 61.8% level, which is golden ratio, Fibonacci ratio, a very important area. So that's how I'm expecting that price will get to this area here. Okay, there's possibility that price may not get there, but this is an area that I will be looking out for. Okay, and from this I can also identify some key areas of support here that price has just recently broken on the 4-hourly time frame. I will change this color to red so that we can identify the 4-hour support and resistance level. Okay, so this area of support here has just been broken, and price closed below it. Okay, so price tested this several times, tested, and finally has broken below and closed below that area. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I believe that price may continue to the downside. There are other levels as well that we'll be looking at if we look at a much smaller time frame, like the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we can see clearly that price was testing this area and has finally broken and closed below the area and has gone back to retest the area, and now it's looking for a way to continue to the downside. So one of two things can happen. So price can continue to the downside and get up to this level over here. Okay, so price can get to this level over here and before maybe reversing up back to this area here and maybe back down, or just continue to the upside. But this is what I'll be expecting. Okay, and if that doesn't which coincides with what we're thinking of, that price would probably from here move all the way down in the upcoming week, but it may not be a straight down move. It may be a move down to this support level, price retrace back to test this level and giving us a very good area to enter again before continue back down to the downside. So this is what I'll be expecting for GBP USD. I'm still very much bearish. So far, all the major pairs, gold, Euro USD, and GBP USD, has been bearish for me as dollars seem to be increasing in value. There may be a bit of a retracement, but generally in the upcoming week, price will be more bearish. Okay, so these are areas that we'll be looking out for in the upcoming week. We'll be looking at this area here at the 1.38 level, 1.38, 1.39 level around here. We'll be looking at this 1.38 level, so 1.39 level around here, 1.38 level around here, and the 1.375 level around here. those are our key areas that we'll be looking to capitalize on in the upcoming week. So don't chase the market, just allow the price to come to you. Market will always give us opportunities to capitalize on. And as we've identified these levels over here, there are levels that we should be looking out for and where to take our either buy or sell opportunities. So like I said, on the daily time frame, I'm expecting price to retrace down to this level. Okay, it may get here first before retracing back up, giving us opportunity to sell back down to this price. So we have to wait and be patient. Okay, so this is my analysis for GBP USD, and our next analysis will be the Gbp Jpy. Okay, so from the for the weekly time frame for Gbp Jpy, we can identify our levels of structure here. If we look closely at this, you can see that price is just around this trend line over here for the on the weekly time frame. Okay, and if you zoom out, we can see that we're just around the trend line and we haven't broken above it yet. So any break above this trend line will mean a continuation to the upside, which is what I'm expecting. For now, we can identify our trend, which is the uptrend on the weekly time frame. Okay. All right, so you can see that price has bounced off this area and currently bounced off this, where we can identify our level of support over there. We'll represent this by the green. Okay, and we can also identify a level of resistance over here on the weekly time frame as well. Okay, so these are like where major key levels that we'll be looking out for. When we go to the daily time frame, we can identify more key areas that we'll be looking to capitalize on. So on the daily time frame, we can see that price has gotten to this level of resistance over here, which will represent with the blue line. So that's where we are at this level of resistance, and we can identify our level of support easily over here. Okay. Okay, there are areas that price has tested several times. And when there's a break above, it continues to the upside. And when there's a bounce, it bounces off or breaks. So these two key areas are key areas that we'll be looking out for. And we can also identify this level here as well. But we'll see it more clearly in the 4-hourly time frame, but we can still identify it here, which is also an area of resistance as well. So if there's a break above this resistance level, we're looking to continue to the upside to here, which I believe is what is going to happen very soon. So on the we can take this trade back down to the 4-hourly time frame, because we are on this trend line now, which also coincides with this resistance level. Now, if we go to the 4-hour time frame where we normally take our entry, we can see that we're currently at this resistance level, and we'll see how price reacts to this level, if there will be a break above it, or if there will be a break, if there will be a bounce off it to the downside, forming like a double top pattern. So we just have to look for our reversal confirmation around this area here. Okay, now we can look at this in two ways. The first way that we can look at this is that a double top pattern is forming. Okay, so from down there up here to this level, down here to the top, and it could be a bounce and continuation to the downside. Okay, or at least to this level over here. So this is our double top pattern that could form, and then a bounce up to continue. Okay, this is one thing, this one idea that could happen on this trade. So that's why this area for us is very, very key. All right, so I'm just going to mark it out. This area is very, very key for us to see what's going to happen there. Second thing that can happen is, and as you can see, the formation of an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Okay, so we can identify this left shoulder over here, right? Then the head down there, the right shoulder over here, and we're able to identify this past week, and we're able to capitalize on this up move when price got to this right shoulder, and price now has gotten up to this level. So a break above this level will mean a continuation to the upside to complete the head and shoulder pattern, and then we'll see how price reacts to this weekly trend line over here, as well as the daily resistance level over here. So generally speaking, for GBP JPY, because yen is a bit weak at the moment, I'm expecting that price will continue to the upside. I'm expecting a break of this level to the upside, and once there's a break of this level, I'll wait for a retest and take my buy opportunities around here to the upside. Okay, and we'll see how price reacts to this level later on in the week or next week. But this is what I'm looking at for GBP JPY. Unlike the other three pairs that we've talked about, gold, EURUSD, and GBPUSD, which are more bearish, which I have a more bearish bias. For this pair, I have a more bullish bias, and I'm expecting a breakout of this trend line and a retest of it and continuation to the upside to complete this inverse head and shoulder pattern. And like I said earlier, there's a possibility that this will not happen, and price rather would bounce to the downside, giving us a double top pattern over here. So this is a key area that we'll be looking to see how price reacts. So we have to be patient and not rush into taking any trades. We have to make sure that we have several confirmations before we enter our trades. So this is my analysis for GBP Jpy, and my analysis for the all the other pairs as well for the upcoming week. Let's be patient and wait for price to come to us, and always ensure proper risk management, as trading is a game of probabilities. I would say you should be careful trading when there is a big news coming up, and we should be able to manage our risk around that news. I hope you found this video very helpful. If you have, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel and help the community grow so I can put out more content for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for getting us to 400 subscribers, and I hope to see you guys more, and I will see you in my next analysis video. Peace.